Have you ever felt super happy all of a sudden and you don't even know why? Well, today we're going to explore a lovely little poem called Coming by a poet named Philip Larkin. It's all about that quiet, happy surprise you can feel when spring is just around the corner.
Ooh, let's jump right in. The poem starts by painting such a calm, cozy picture for us. Can you imagine it? The sun is staying up a little longer, but there's still a little winter chill in the air. And that sleepy yellow sunshine makes all the houses look so peaceful and quiet, almost like they're dreaming.
So everything is very, very quiet, like the whole world is taking a big nap. But listen closely. Something is about to wake up. Let's see what the first real sign of new life is. What's so clever here are the little clues. By talking about the longer evenings and the special light, the poem shows us it's that time when winter is waving goodbye and spring is about to say hello. The world is just waiting for something wonderful to happen. And then, breaking all that quiet, a little bird starts to sing. And listen to how the poem describes its song. A fresh-peeled voice. Isn't that a funny, perfect way to say it? It sounds so new and bright and full of energy. The song is so beautiful and surprising that it's like even the big brick walls of the garden are listening and thinking, wow. And here's the person who wrote our poem, Philip Larkin. Now, he often wrote poems about more serious, grown-up feelings. So the fact that he wrote about this simple, pure moment of joy makes this poem feel extra special, don't you think?
Okay, so this is where things get really interesting. We've heard what's happening outside, the bird is singing, but now we're going to see what's happening inside the person who's listening. And his reaction is a little bit of a surprise.
So the person hears the bird and thinks to himself, it will be spring soon, it will be spring soon. He says it twice, like he's just realizing how wonderful that is. But then right away, his thoughts jump from this happy moment to his own childhood, which he remembers as being, well, a little bit boring. And this is the poem's big puzzle. On one side, you have the world outside, just bursting with a happy, amazing new song. But on the other side, you have the person's memory of feeling dull and bored. Why would a happy song make him think of a boring time? Let's figure it out. So the person is starting to feel happy. But to explain this happy feeling, he uses his imagination to share a very special picture with us. And this picture is the secret key to the whole poem. Now, this is a really important little secret. The happy feeling doesn't remind him of his own childhood, the one he thought was boring. No way. He says he feels like a different child, a child who just happens to walk in and see something amazing. And here's the picture he imagines. He feels like a child who walks into a room and sees grown-ups who are smiling and happy again, maybe after they were feeling a little grumpy with each other. They're making up. That's the feeling. So how does thinking about grown-ups making up explain his happy feeling? Well, to figure it out, we have to pretend we're that little child. What does that child actually hear and see in that moment? This is the most important question of all. The magic of this feeling comes from what the child doesn't know. Think about it. The child didn't hear any grumpy words. They don't know about any grown-up problems. They just know that the feeling in the room has changed. All they hear is a happy sound, a surprising, unusual laughter. And there it is. The poem says, the child understands nothing, except for that happy laughter. And just by hearing that happy sound, without needing to know why, the child starts to be happy. It's like happiness magic. So let's put all of our puzzle pieces together. Now we can see the wonderful secret that the poem has been telling us about being happy. The person listening to the bird feels exactly like that little child. He doesn't need to think about why the bird's song makes him happy. He just hears that little sign that the world is happy again, that winter and spring are done fighting, and poof, he just starts to feel happy too. It's a pure, surprise, happy feeling. And that leaves us with such a lovely thought. Maybe the very best kind of happiness is the kind that just pops up like a wonderful surprise. The kind you don't have to think about at all. You just feel it, right in your heart.